CBC News has learned more about the security firm operating here outside the house. Have a look at that vehicle. Jungle Lion Security presents itself as Canada's #1 provider of security services. But no one answered our repeated calls, and the firm doesn't appear to have a website. We obtained Ontario Transportation Ministry records showing the license plate on the company's vehicle is registered to Aubrey D. Graham, better known as Drake. And the only person listed in the security firm's public profile is the man seen next to Drake in this video, his reported head of security, known to fans as Chubbs.
Drake literally hiring security guards to fake a shooting is next level wicked. Toronto police have launched an investigation into the shooting that happened outside of Drake's house and have uncovered that it was Drake all along. Not only that, the mole has come forward via Twitter with extensive evidence proving that Drake did not hire him, and he is telling Drake he has 24 hours to respond with a lawyer or
brace yourselves for the shocking allegations surrounding Drake's mysterious home shooting are about to unfold. The rap game has witnessed its fair share of feuds, but the clash between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has undoubtedly been one of the most intense battles in recent memory. While fans initially pointed fingers at Kendrick, accusing him of orchestrating the attack on Drake's abode, a startling leak from the Toronto police suggests a twisted turn of events. According to the leaked evidence, it appears that Drake himself may have allegedly masterminded the shooting, a desperate ploy to escape the relentless beef with Kendrick, a conflict in which the streets whisper he had been losing ground. In a move that defies logic, Drake might have orchestrated an attack on his own sanctuary, all to bow out of the heated rivalry that had consumed him. The details that have surfaced from the Toronto law enforcement are nothing short of insane, painting a picture of extraordinary lengths taken to evade the wrath of a formidable adversary. Brace yourselves, for this expose is about to delve into the depths of an intricate web of deceit where the lines between truth and fabrication blur, leaving us all to question the lengths some will go to in the pursuit of victory or perhaps mere survival.
Confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them.
Strap in, for the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has spiraled into uncharted territory, rapidly ascending the ranks of the wildest, most insane rap feuds of all time. Just when you thought the drama couldn't escalate any further, allegations have emerged that Drake allegedly orchestrated a hit on himself, staging an attack to garner sympathy and paint either Kendrick or the Weeknd as the perpetrators. This tangled web of chaos finds Drake embroiled in a vicious melee with half the industry, a conflict that's spinning increasingly out of control by the minute. What began as a verbal exchange of shots between Drake, Metro Boomin, Cree, and Future soon escalated, with Kanye West and Rick Ross jumping into the fray and rumors swirling that The Weeknd has been fueling the flames all along. Just when it seemed the situation couldn't get any wilder, Kendrick Lamar unleashed a barrage of diss tracks that shook the hip-hop scene to its core. However, the showdown between Drake and The Weeknd takes the cake for sheer insanity. While Kendrick undoubtedly went hard on Drake, rumors on the street suggest that The Weeknd took things a step further, allegedly orchestrating a hit on Drake himself. It's a shocking allegation, considering The Weeknd's typically reserved demeanor, a testament to the adage that the quiet ones are often the most dangerous. The alleged motive? It seemingly stems from Drake's supposed order for a hit on someone from The Weeknd's camp a few weeks prior, reigniting a deep-rooted beef that has spilled over from their personal lives to their respective labels, OVO and XO, now locked in a bitter feud. To fully grasp the complexities of this saga, we must delve into the history between Drake and The Weeknd. In The Weeknd's early days, Drake was among the first major names to recognize his talent, with Drake's collaborator 40 introducing the up-and-comer to Drake's inner circle. Drake was eager to bring The Weeknd into the fold at OVO Records, although an official deal never materialized. Despite the lack of a contract, the two continued working together, with Drake serving as a mentor figure and The Weeknd contributing to Drake's 2011 album Take Care, co-writing fan favorites like Crew Love, Shot For Me, and Practice. However, Drake's acknowledgement of The Weeknd's contributions was initially muted, with the truth only emerging years later when Drake was forced to credit The Weeknd as a writer. As their collaboration deepened, Drake considered officially signing The Weeknd to OVO, recognizing the immense talent he had at his fingertips. But The Weeknd, ever the savvy strategist, had been observing the patterns at OVO. None of Drake's signees were achieving mainstream success. Whether due to Drake's own demanding career or the challenges of nurturing multiple artists, The Weeknd saw a clear vision of his future if he remained at OVO. In a bold move, he inked a deal with Republic Records in 2012, establishing his own XO label, a decision that would ultimately pave the way for his meteoric rise to superstardom. Drake, however, was bitter about losing his prized protege, feeling betrayed and accusing The Weeknd of disloyalty and ingratitude allegations. The Weeknd refuted, always acknowledging Drake's role in his development. Nevertheless, Drake's animosity festered, even as The Weeknd paid homage during concerts, igniting a rivalry that has now reached explosive proportions.
Motherfucking Drake, there'd be no motherfucking Weeknd, there'd be no XO. So please, make some fucking noise for my mentor, my brother, and my friend, Drizzy, motherfucking Drake.
Whoa, this saga just keeps getting more intense and mind-boggling. It seems Drake's bitterness over The Weeknd's departure from OVO Records ran deep, with his salty tweet hinting at a perceived betrayal. "You won't get away with just a thank you. You owe me a favor." Drake clearly had visions of dollar signs dancing in his head and wasn't about to let The Weeknd walk away without a fight. In a petty move, Drake allegedly sparked up a fling with Bella Hadid right after her split with The Weeknd, even dropping a track called Finesse, where he crooned about wanting a baby with her eyes. It was a blatant attempt to get under The Weeknd's skin, and boy did it work. The Weeknd fired back with some serious heat on Lost in the Fire, throwing shade at Drake for hiding his son Adonis from the world until Pusha T blew the lid off the secret. The drama kept simmering, with both parties playing nice in public while continuing to throw shade behind the scenes. Then, things escalated to a whole new level when The Weeknd hopped on the track We Still Don't Trust You, alongside ASAP Rocky, Metro Boomin, and Future, all of whom have had their own beefs with Drake. Metro even claimed that Drake tried to block the song from hitting the airwaves, hinting at some heavy tea he had on the rapper. But it was on All to Myself that The Weeknd dropped a bombshell, alleging that Drake had tried to offer him a shady contract back in the day when he wanted to sign with OVO. The lyrics were a not-so-subtle nod to The Weeknd's decision to never sell his life away. Just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, a mysterious shooting erupted at the home of The Weeknd's longtime manager, Cash. While Cash himself was unharmed, a security guard was hospitalized in the chilling incident, which many believe was an ordered hit rather than a random home invasion. The streets are abuzz with theories and speculation, as this beef between Drake and The Weeknd continues to spiral into uncharted territory, spilling over from the music and into the real world. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the drama transcends mere lyrics and can have grave consequences beyond the recording booth. Wow, this beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has escalated to absolutely explosive levels. Just when we thought the drama with The Weeknd couldn't get any more intense, their feud with Kendrick blew up again, and things got incredibly messy. The two went back and forth, dropping diss track after diss track in a no-holds-barred lyrical battle where they both fought dirty, making some deeply disturbing allegations against each other. Kendrick didn't hold back, accusing Drake of being a pedophile and getting inappropriate with underage girls. In his song Meet the Grams, he spat venomous bars like, "Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think ninjas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get effed up in the cell for the rest of their life." He painted Drake as someone who hates black women, hypersexualizes them, and is king of an info fetish crew, claiming he vendors on his OVO label that he pays monthly allowances to. Kendrick went as far as to allege that Drake compromises children by keeping his own daughter around these supposed predators, warning that parents have to raise their daughters knowing predators like him are lurking.
In Encino, and we now know the home has ties to the artist The Weeknd. Scott Reif live in Air 7 HD with details. Scott.
Yep, Rachel, this is the home in question. Now, you see the emblem there on the basketball court. That's a record label of The Weeknd. And then you see the guard shack. You see a chair that's toppled over. And then you see what appear to be evidence markers. Those could be shell casings. We don't know for sure. We can't tell with our camera. But we can tell they're investigating in the back of the home. LAPD officers are here. About 2:45 this morning, there was a shooting. The security guard was shot. Transported. Condition is unknown. So it's unclear right now if the security guard was shot during some sort of attempted robbery or burglary into the home, or if that security guard had been targeted here. We'll open up a little bit out of this shot and show you. It's reportedly a $12 million home that is believed to be owned by a music industry executive with ties to The Weeknd.
But Drake hit back just as hard, forcing Kendrick to address rumors that he had allegedly been physically abusive towards his fiancée and baby mama. This beef has truly gone nuclear, with both rappers making utterly shocking claims and airing out each other's dirtiest laundry for the world to see. The lines have been blurred between music and reality, as these two titans trade vicious bars filled with accusations of predatory behavior, domestic violence, and keeping seedy company. It's an ugly situation that has taken an incredibly dark turn, leaving fans to wonder just how far this rivalry will go before someone pulls the ripcord.
This is true.
Yeah.
When they said you were in Vegas and you beat some guy bloody and you did something to some female.
Yeah.
And they said they had evidence and all of this. And then I never heard anything about it again.
Yeah, because it's foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever heard made up.
I was like, Kendrick did that? I doubt it.
And, you know, that person, whoever made that up, owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get abused. You dig what I'm saying? That's a real issue. And to be putting a person name that you know stands for someone way more better, that's been raised way more better than that. That's not cool. There's people out there that really get abused, and there's women out there that get abused and don't say nothing, and you know, live their lives through that. So
because I was like, I'm sure if that happened, there'd have been a police report. You would have been arrested.
That's foolishness. That's ignorant. That's all the way ignorant. 100%.
When you hear things in the news, certain things I believe about artists. That story, I didn't even think that was remotely close to it.
Story about you, and I was like,
Drake also mentioned that you're a dog and hinted that you just play along. Your baby mama's captions are always crying out for help, and it's clear you've done her dirty throughout your life. Now, you're trying to make amends. Rumor has it that one of the kids might be Dayrees, and you shouldn't make it Dayfreeze. If your GM is your BM's secret BD, then everything starts to make sense to me. Just let that show breathe. The situation was chaotic, and Drake was battling against everyone in the industry. I told you that everyone hates Drake, and soon after, reports surfaced that his Toronto house was shot at during a drive-by, injuring a security guard.
Police confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them.
Initially, fans were quick to blame Kendrick Lamar, since he had made some threats while feuding with Drake and exposing each other's dirty laundry. Kendrick even used a picture of Drake's house as the cover art for his diss track, Not Like Us, revealing Drake's full address. So when Drake's house was shot up, many believed it was because Kendrick had posted his address. However, as others pointed out, Drake's address had already been public knowledge for some time before the beef with Kendrick started. Then the situation took an unexpected twist when Kanye West jumped in, alleging that Drake had orchestrated the entire incident with his baby daddy, Lucien Grange.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucien.
Well, Lucien worked for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep, oh
my God.
This entire situation has taken an incredibly dark and convoluted turn based on these new reports. The allegation that Drake orchestrated a shooting at his own home as a ploy to divert attention from Lucian Grange's legal troubles and bow out of the vicious beef with Kendrick is simply staggering. The claim that Lucian allegedly pressured Drake to cease the conflict after Kendrick made disturbing accusations about Drake's conduct with minors is deeply unsettling. It suggests that there may be truth to those appalling insinuations that powerful figures are now desperately trying to bury. If true, Drake staging a shooting with unintended consequences of injuring security personnel would represent a new depravity. Using violence as a publicity stunt to extricate himself from the beef without appearing wet is not just unethical, but potentially criminal recklessness. The fact that Toronto police have uncovered evidence pointing to this being an orchestrated diversion rather than a legitimate hit is incredibly serious. Charges being considered against Drake would be a massive fall from grace for the superstar rapper. This entire saga has become a dark web of accusations, gang ties, alleged sexual misconduct, gun violence, and corporate interference, spiraling completely out of control from what began as typical hip-hop mudslinging. The public glimpses we're getting suggest shadowy legal troubles, abuse of power, and a craven willingness to go to extremes to control narratives. While I cannot conclusively say what is real and what is rumor at this point, the implications are alarming from all sides. This appears to go far beyond music into the realm of potential crimes that demand a thorough investigation by authorities. For the sake of justice and accountability, I hope the truth fully comes to light, regardless of whose reputations or freedom ends up on the line. This cesspool of degeneracy cannot be allowed to fester unchecked.
Maybe I do. But when you die, will people notice? Well, I know there will be a lot of memories of me by a lot of people. Many who hate me, even so. A person needs to live bigger than I was born.
Fans are highly skeptical of the shocking allegations that Drake orchestrated a staged shooting at his own home. His past admission of manufacturing fake storylines for promotion makes people question the credibility of such an extreme claim. The convenient timing amid his heated feud with Kendrick Lamar, as well as the unlikelihood of a shooting in Drake's affluent Toronto neighborhood, fuel doubts that this was a legitimate incident. Many suspect it was an elaborate ruse, a fake scenario to distract from the Diddy case and Epstein revelations, as well as allow Drake to gracefully exit the vicious beef without appearing wet. The potential connections to powerful figures like Lucian Grange add to the murky speculation. While entertaining as music drama, there are valid concerns about someone getting genuinely hurt if manufactured narratives cross into perceived reality. Fans are rightfully demanding full accountability and transparency, separating fact from publicity fiction when serious allegations of misconduct and staging violence arise. This saga has taken a disturbingly dark turn that transcends typical rap antics into a murky web of rumors and insinuations demanding clarity. Entertaining creative expression shouldn't devolve into exploitative deception if proven true. The skepticism reflects a desire for credibility and accountability.